Forget everything you thought you knew about yourself and your shopping habits. If we're being real, you're probably not actually that much of a savvy shopper, and you definitely didn't just happen to curate your personal style. You, like me, have really fallen prey to the way that brands use psychological tricks in order to move us towards overconsumption. My name is Tamika here at Pretty Critical, and I just graduated from business school with my MBA. And there I really learned how brands train you to like what you like and to buy what you buy. So if you ever think to yourself, I want to be smart with money, but I just keep falling into these same shopping traps again and again, and I have no idea what's going on, this video is for you. Because realistically, you probably do know what to do with your money, but you're probably also pretty powerless at this point about the way that brands exploit the way our brains work. So today I'm breaking down some of the tactics brands use to make you buy more than you need, want things you didn't even know existed, and feel good about spending money that you don't even have. And as someone who loves beauty and loves fashion and honestly just loves shopping, I'm definitely not fully immune to these things. But now that I can see the playbook, I'm getting better about dipping and dodging and weaving through all the different tricks that brands are using. And after this video, you can be too. Number one is algorithmic social proof. Straight up, we are sheep, like ba, black sheep. Sorry, I tried to do a little something there. But if people are buying it, talking about it, we assume it must be good. Even though we've all got different tastes, we've all got different requirements, this is social proof in action. That's why you'll see a badge on a website on a product that says it's TikTok viral. It's the reason why you can sort by reviews. And it's the reason why smart brands send hundreds to thousands of micro influencers free products versus just a handful of macro influencers. And look, it's not all bad. You don't want to blow your money on something that's not vetted. I've gotten PR that is excellent, and then I share my thoughts about it. That's what I do. And I only work with brands I love, but if you really look at the landscape, social media algorithms are getting smarter and more powerful second by second. Social proof has gone from a friendly online voice or your friend in real life saying, hey, here's my experience, I like this product. It's moved to this mass campaign driven by engagement that's often really misleading. So say you're scrolling on TikTok and you see a review of a new foundation. It's a fun, engaging video, you like it. When you like the video, it gets pushed to more people. Let's say they like it too. Eventually that video has thousands of likes, and the people that come across that video once it's viral, they don't just internalize the review, they internalize those thousands of likes as being proof of its popularity. Never mind that all those people who liked it haven't actually tried the foundation, right? They liked the video, but it seems credible because it's viral. And once something goes viral on TikTok, everybody does it. They're like, oh, that girl got 50,000 likes on her hair tool tutorial. I'm gonna post one too because I wanna be a successful influencer. And I guess that's the kind of content people are looking for. So slowly but surely, more and more people buy that same hair tool so that they can go viral for using the hair tool. And then you, as a viewer, see that everyone has the hair tool and now you gotta get the hair tool. Or brands will send sunglasses to 1 million different influencers without any requirement that they actually do an ad. So you'll start to see them in the outfits of the day. You'll see them on Instagram, in their stories. They don't even have to talk about the sunglasses. They don't say buy them. When you see them again and again and again, on a plethora of influencers who you look to help build your style, you take it as a cosign. Everyone's got it, so it must be good. Number two is identity marketing. Let's see how many I can get through before I lose my breath. Okay, we got clean girl, cottagecore, mob wife, coastal grandmother, luxury minimalism, office siren, indie sleaze, Pilates princess. It's a lot, right? And I bet you tried to be one. So did I. And that's because the smartest brands aren't just selling you products, they're selling identities. People buy things that reinforce how they see themselves or how they want others to see them, who they want to become. And this identity marketing is brilliant and it's wide reaching and it works across so many different categories of products. Just think about it. A Pilates girly is never just in her old gym shorts, sports bra, ratty t-shirt. She's not just at home following a YouTube video. Got to set the scene. She's active, she's organized, she's productive. And if you want to be her, you need a $200 a month studio membership, a juicer, a cute water bottle, matching workout sets, sunrise alarm clock, because those classes got to start really early. And all a brand has to do is take their product, find the relevant aesthetic, make that connection for you, and say, I can turn you into her. It's like they say, you're not just buying, you're becoming. And luxury minimalism, that's huge here, right? Because a lot of these people think they're outside of the marketing game. They've leveled up. It's all about understated wealth. And if you know, you know. And what I know is that marketers know that it's just another trend. And it might actually get you to spend even more than the Pilates girlies. Because you don't buy, you invest in timeless quality leather shoes and you leave your other ones to rot. And then you invest in a timeless, expensive white t-shirt that you still get sweat stains on and have to replace. And then you invest in a timeless designer bag, one that you're going to totally get rid of and replace once another timeless bag gets trendy and comes to the scene. Like, there are times that paying more money makes sense, right? When the items are made more ethically or they are sustainable. But you're not actually circumventing the trend cycle by buying all the same clothes, just more expensive and without colors or logos. My camera overheated because I was just spitting like too much fire truth. But all this to say, there's always going to be new styles of clothes that you consider timeless. A black loafer can be platform, it can be structured, it can have thin leather, it can be a mule. They're going to release them across different seasons and you're going to find a reason to invest in every one. Number 3 is mental accounting. Babe, a dollar is a dollar is a dollar is a dollar, right? That's children's math, 1 equals 1. And whether you spend it on food or a facial, it's all the same money coming out of the same pot. But we don't act like that. Instead, we categorize money into different buckets in our minds. We have entertainment, then you have fashion and beauty, food, gas, Ubers, wellness, gifts. This is called mental accounting. It's not logical, it's not mathematically sound, but it allows us to really justify our spending. Take your tax refund. It's fun money, not real money. Even if you have credit card debt to pay off. You get an Amazon gift card and you're like, oh, I'm gonna buy new headphones, even though you're at home like rationing your paper towels and toilet paper. And your budget should be flexible enough to move money, move a dollar into another bucket. Except most people aren't actually keeping track of the buckets. You spent 25 out of this bucket, 25 out of this bucket, 25 out of this one. You only had $75, but you spent 100 because none of them felt like $75. So when brands make their little social media posts about shopping even though you're broke, they're just reinforcing what you already think, what your brain is already saying to you. The fun dollar is different than the food dollar. Might as well spend it. Number 4 is loss aversion. Look, no one wants to feel like a loser, right? There's this human phenomenon called loss aversion where it feels worse to lose something than it feels good to gain something. And we'll do really, really irrational things to avoid losses. That's how marketers really get us, right? They'll make something seem like it's scarce because if it's limited and we lose out, like we're gonna feel awful. So you see these flash sales, limited edition drops, that little counter on a website that says they only have 6 left in stock. They're all meant to create urgency. Same thing with like an influencer releasing stock of an item and then it sells out in 42 minutes. They probably didn't have that much stock in the first place, but that FOMO, that fear of missing out, it reduces our time for rational decision making. So next time they drop something, you're gonna jump on it because they've been training you like a dog. And when it comes to like 6 left in stock, before you know it, you've checked out, bought something you wouldn't have bought if you knew that it would still be in stock 6 months from now. And it's because people cannot stand losing out. I've bought things I didn't need or even want just to hit the free shipping threshold, right? Like you're spending $25 extra to save $6. And it felt like the store was offering me a free benefit. And if I didn't take advantage, then I was losing out. And saying it out loud, it sounds really dumb, but that's how it works. Losing feels bad. So you make these objectively bad financial decisions. Number 5 is the endowment effect. A lot of brands that have 60-day, 90-day, lifetime return policies actually have some of the lowest return rates in retail. And that's because of the endowment effect. The second something becomes yours, your brain starts to value it more highly. Think about Facebook Marketplace and how people play in your face. I'm not paying $80 for your stained dress, and you're not gonna get back what you paid for your IKEA bookshelf. But those prices are through the roof because people have attachments to those things simply because they themselves own them. Oh, well, I paid $300 and I put it together myself and I da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't care. I'm gonna give you $50, take it or leave it. But this kind of attachment means you are statistically unlikely to return your purchases, even if they don't live up to your expectations, or even if you can't afford them. You start to make excuses for why the sweater that washes you out or doesn't fit quite right deserves to stay in your closet, and that's exactly what brands are betting on. So that generous return policy made you feel safe enough to buy it, because you're like, this is low risk, I can always return it if I don't like it. And then the endowment effect makes sure you never do. Finally, we have anchoring. The very first price you see when you're shopping trumps everything. You anchor to that price, it sticks in your mind, and then you make all of your decisions in relation to that price. Think about brands, I'm not gonna name any names, that always have sales. You might think you're a savvy shopper because you never buy from them full price, but they were never expecting you to. When you see a dress that's $128, now $85, you've already anchored to $128. So whether or not that dress is actually worth $85 to you, it's not the point. You just know it's cheaper than $128, and so it must be a good deal. Okay, beauty brands that have inconsistent pricing are using anchoring as well. Why would a skincare brand sell a $200 luxury moisturizer and a $68 one? It's because whether or not you know it, whether or not it is at the forefront of your mind, you compare the cheaper moisturizer to the price of the more expensive one. Even though $68 is way more than you'd usually pay, you don't even stop to consider if the product is actually worth the price. You see that it's cheaper than the anchor price, and that's enough for you. So what now that you feel dumb, tricked, and duped? First of all, don't. It's really easy to blame yourself and be like, I'm irresponsible, what's wrong with me? But there are a lot of reasons that people overspend, whether it's to feel this emotional hole, real, or because the environment is designed to encourage it. And I don't think brands are out to get you, and it's not about never shopping again, but it's about recognizing that marketers are smart, right? They went to school for this, they know their craft, and they know human behavior. And if you're going to be a smart shopper, you have to know it too. Really ask yourself, do I need to take a beat to think about this purchase before I whip out my credit card? Take a couple days and just blow. Or am I hoping to buy this to get closer to this fantasy self, this aesthetic that I want to embody because I'm not happy with the way that I am or the way I'm perceived? Am I being over-influenced? I love to watch a little TikTok. I love to talk on TikTok. But you also have to use your own discernment, your own judgment, and you do have to ask yourself straight up, can I really, really and truly afford this? Because you're probably not going to stop shopping, but you can participate in a more conscious manner. You can look at what's ethical, what's quality, what do you actually want? What do you realistically know you can afford? And it's not to say you don't ever treat yourself, but be honest. What could that money do otherwise? And is it really, really worth it for you? Thank you so much for watching. This was really fun. And I think it's where I want to take my YouTube content going forward. Why do we buy? What's actually worth your money? How do you spend and earn with intention? And if that sounds like you, subscribe, stick around, check out my TikTok, my Substack, wherever, and I will see you next time.